Imagine this. It's 2013 and a new startup called ZoomCar has just launched in India. It is a car rental company but with a twist. Customers can rent cars by the hour, making it a convenient and affordable option for short trips. At first, the company struggled to gain traction, facing regulatory hurdles and fierce competition. But against all odds, ZoomCar persevered, growing rapidly and becoming one of India's most successful startups. Today, ZoomCar is a household name with millions of happy customers and a bright future ahead. So, how did they do it? Join me as we explore the dramatic success story of ZoomCar, from humble beginnings to triumph against all odds. Now, let's start with the background of the company. ZoomCar is a car rental company that was founded back in 2013 by Greg Moran and David Beck. The idea for the company came about when Moran, an American who had moved to India to study, was frustrated with the lack of affordable and convenient transportation options in the country. He realized that car rental could be a great solution, but traditional car rental companies were too expensive and inflexible for most people. And that is when Moran came up with the idea for ZoomCar, a car rental service that would allow customers to rent cars by the hour, making it cost effective and convenient option for the short trips. The company launched in Bangalore in 2013 with a fleet of just 7 cars, but quickly expanded to other cities across all over the India. From beginning, ZoomCar faced a number of challenges including regulatory hurdles and fierce competition from established players in the car rental market. However, the company was able to differentiate itself by offering a unique value proposition, affordable, convenient car rental by the hour, and by leveraging technology to streamline the rental process and improve the customer experience. Today, ZoomCar is one of India's most successful startups with a fleet of more than 10,000 cars and millions of satisfied customers. The company has also expanded into the adjacent markets, such as car subscription services and electrical vehicle rentals, and is poised for even more growth in the coming years. Now, let's talk about the initial days of the car rental startup. In the early days of ZoomCar, the company faced a number of challenges as it tried to establish itself in a crowded Indian car rental market. One of the biggest challenges was regulatory hurdles. At that time, Indian law required car rental companies to have physical office and a fleet of at least 100 cars, which made it difficult for startups like ZoomCar to get off the ground. To overcome this challenge, Moran and Beck came up with an idea. They partnered with individual car owners who would rent their own cars to ZoomCar customers. This allowed ZoomCar to bypass the regulatory requirements for owning a fleet of cars and also helped to establish trust with customers by offering a more customized and personalized experience. Another challenge that ZoomCar faced in the earlier days was the customer acquisition. To attract customers, the company had to offer competitive prices and a high quality experience despite having limited resources. Moran and Beck focused on creating a seamless rental process using technology to streamline everything from reservation to vehicle inspection. They also invested heavily in marketing, leveraging social media and word of mouth to build buzz and attract new customers. Despite these challenges, ZoomCar was able to gain traction in Indian market thanks in part to its unique value proposition, affordable, convenient car rental by the hour. The company quickly expanded to new cities across India and began to build a loyal customer base. Over time, ZoomCar also introduced new features and services such as doorstep delivery and a mobile app, which helped further differentiate the company from its competitors. Despite facing stiff competition and regulatory hurdles, ZoomCar was able to achieve impressive growth in the Indian market. By 2015, the company had expanded to 7 cities and had a fleet of over 1,500 cars. In 2016, ZoomCar raised $24 million in funding from investors such as Ford Smart Mobility and Sequoia Capital, which helped to fuel further expansion. One key factor in ZoomCar's growth was its focus on technology. The company used data and analytics to optimize its operation and improve the customer experience, and also develop proprietary software to streamline everything from reservation to payments. For example, ZoomCar developed an AI based fraud detection system that could flag suspicious transactions and prevent misuse of its rental vehicles. Another factor in ZoomCar's growth was its ability to stay ahead of the curve. In 2017, the company launched a car subscription service called the Zap Subscribe, which allowed customers to rent a car on a monthly basis with the option to switch between different models as needed. This service proved popular with customers and helped to further differentiate ZoomCar from its competitors. In the recent years, ZoomCar has also made a push into electric vehicles, launching an electrical vehicle rental service called the Zap Electric in 2018. The company has partnered with various automakers and government agencies to promote the adoption of electrical vehicles in India. Now, let's talk about all the challenges that a ZoomCar faced. Despite its success, ZoomCar has faced a number of challenges over the years. Let's discuss them one by one. So, one of the biggest challenges has been the regulatory hurdles. As discussed, in addition to the initial requirement for a physical office and a fleet of at least 100 cars, ZoomCar has also had to navigate through the complex regulations around insurance, liability, and taxation. These regulations have varied from state to state, making it difficult for the company to scale across the country. Another challenge for ZoomCar has been the competition. While the company was one of the first to offer early car rental in India, it now faces competition from a number of established players as well as the other startups. To stay ahead of the curve, ZoomCar has to continue to innovate and differentiate itself. For example, by launching new services such as car subscription and electrical vehicle rent. The third challenge for ZoomCar has been financing. As a capital intensive business, ZoomCar has to raise significant amounts of funding to expand its fleet and operations. However, in the past, the company has struggled to secure fundings at times and has to rely on high interest debt to keep the business afloat. And finally, like many companies, ZoomCar has also had to deal with the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. The pandemic led to a significant decline in the demand of car rental services, and ZoomCar was forced to lay off a significant portion of its workforce in 2020. However, the company has also taken steps to adapt to the new reality. For example, by launching a new service called ZoomCar Connect, which allows car owners to rent their vehicles to individuals and businesses on a short term basis. Despite these challenges, ZoomCar has shown remarkable ability to pivot and adopt and has continued to grow and succeed in the Indian market. Now let's discuss about all the success of the ZoomCar. One key factor in ZoomCar's success has been its ability to differentiate itself from traditional car rental companies. This was achieved by offering early rental options, doorstep delivery, and a high quality customer base. ZoomCar has been able to tap into new segment of the market and attracted a loyal customer base. Another factor in ZoomCar's success has been its focus on technology. The company has invested heavily in data and analytics and has developed proprietary software to streamline its operation and improve the customer experience. For example, ZoomCar's mobile app allows customers to reserve, unlock, and start rental cars with their smartphones, making the rental process faster and more convenient. In addition to all of these, ZoomCar has been successful in raising funds to support its growth. The company has raised over $200 million in funding till date. Few of ZoomCar's investors include Sequoia Capital, Ford Smart Mobility, and Mahindra and Mahindra. This funding has allowed ZoomCar to expand its fleet and to stay ahead of the curve in the competitive market. And finally, ZoomCar has also been successful in expanding beyond car rental, offering new services such as car subscription and electrical vehicle rental. By staying ahead of the curve and anticipating changing customer needs, ZoomCar has been able to continue to grow and thrive in the Indian market. And finally, to summarize all this up, ZoomCar is a successful Indian car rental startup that has disrupted the traditional car rental market with its innovative approach and focus on technology and data. The company has overcome numerous challenges over the years, including regulatory hurdles, competition, financing, and the impact of COVID-19 pandemic. Despite these challenges, ZoomCar continued to grow and succeed thanks to its ability to differentiate itself and focus on technology and anticipate changing customer needs.